So if you press your start button and you're getting this warning symbol coming up, there it is, you've got this problem. So we've got the 3 Series and we've got the side light that's blown on this. These are the Angel Eye ring style lights. There you go, those little plastic rings around the headlamps. And this driver's side one here is not working at all. So let's get the bonnet up, because we're going to have a bit of a delve in here. It's not a straightforward job, it's going to be a little bit tricky. We've got to move the airbox out of the way to gain access to the back of the headlight. There's a few videos on this online, but nothing too specific, so we'll really go into detail and we'll get this job done, we'll get it sorted. Let's get stuck in, let's start taking it to bits. Right, and let's try and get ourselves a bit more space here. So, got to get the airbox and move that out of the way. If it was the other side, it's not half as bad, there's a bit more room, but this one, this is just in the way. You could take the wheel liner out, but that looks a big job in itself. So let's just get this airbox out and see if we've got enough room to get in there. We've got 2 10mm bolts. One there. One there. Whiz those 2 out. Okay, and then on the top here we've got a little, get the bit box open. Got a little Torx bit there, which is, let's have a look, see what size it is. TX20. So let's whiz that one out. One either side, we'll just whiz those out. They go right through the back there into that airbox on the other side. Nice and easy, nice easy threads on them. Right, so we've got the 2 screws out the front here. Where's this whole air intake out of there? We'll get that out of the way. Now we've got 2 screws holding the air mass meter into here. I've just cracked those off and we'll just finish them off, just get them out. One either side. That's those out of there. Just pull that out of there. We'll also crack this, take the lid off this airbox. So we can have that out. Lift that and pull that forward. Then we can pull this air mass out of here. The reason I'm taking this out of the box is because the connector plug on here can sometimes give problems on the clip brake. So if I can get it out without damaging that, that'd be a real bonus. So that's that out of the way. And then we can finally get the airbox out of here now. Pull that up with the pipe and everything attached. That's that out of the way. Which now lets us get into where we need to be. Okay, so now this is this light unit. We'll pop the cover up off that and whiz that out the way. And this is the side light assembly at the bottom here. It's got a little connector plug on the top that we can just pull out and disconnect. And then we've got 2 screws. There's a screw either side to release that. So let's get a little screwdriver in there and pop that out. And what we've got there is a little TX15. So we'll put a little TX15 head in that. And let's try and do the hard one to get at first at the back. We'll get a torch in there so we can see what's going on. Okay, right, so let's get this far one out first and get my little TX. There we go, that's on. We'll unscrew that one. Okay, that's one out. Just there. And I'm doing the same with the other side. This one's a bit easy to get at, thankfully. Okay, that's that one out of there. And now we can take the bulb out of the headlamp. It's pretty well stuck on there. Ah, little twist and a pull. And there it is. So what we're looking at changing here, inside there's a little halogen bulb. Can we get that out? That is the question, because this looks to be one piece, or you think it is. This doesn't look like I want you to take it apart, but let's see how we get on. Now there's a couple of different styles of these. If you've got the xenon or non-xenon headlights, we're the one on the right. That's the original BMW part numbers there. If you go on Amazon, you can pick them up, but they're expensive. You can do a LED upgrade if you want, but again, it's 38 quid. Okay, so let's see if we can just get inside this. And what we've got is these little tabs. There's a little tab there. There's a little tab on that side as well. Just there. And then there's two on this side here. One and two. So that should now come away, that lens. This is the first one of these I've taken apart because they are super reliable. These little halogen bulbs seem to last for absolutely ages. It's a bit of a faff getting in there and getting these clips out, but it's well worth it. You can see I'm being a bit careful. I don't want to break it. So that should now come out of there. I've got those tabs off. Fade that out of there. Put that down there. And then inside here is a little halogen bulb. Now does that pull out? Will that twist and turn and come out? Certainly does. Certainly does. So nothing's happening. We're struggling to get it out past the lens cover, past the reflector. Oh, that actually comes off as well now. Look at that, so we could push. Can we separate that from that as well? Or is that moulded to it somehow? I might be able to get that out of the way, probably help things. Give us a bit more room. Yeah, yep. So that comes away as well. To make sure we put it back the same way. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna. Okay, so the tab there is pointing down. If I squeeze that out and we put that down like that, which again brings us back to this bulb in here. You can see it coming out. It's just stuck on that reflector. You have got to be pretty brutal with this to get it out. I'm not so bothered if I broke the bulb because I know I can get a replacement. And the two little lugs that sort of locate the bulb into its holder, that's what's stopping it come past its reflector.
It's really close.
but it is really stiff. You've got to try and cank it over to the side while you're pulling it. That's the key to getting it out. But like I say, I'm faffing about with this, trying to get it out. Perseverance though. Come on, you can do it. Get them pliers in there. Give it a good yank. Look at me, I'm fanning about. Get on with it. Come on, give it a good tug. Bingo. Gotcha, you little rat bag. Okay. We can just check inside that holder and make sure the connection at the bottom isn't burnt, which this one is fine. And that bulb, or whatever that is, it's blown. I can see the filament is busted in there, but I can't see any markings on it saying what it actually is. I'll do some digging and find out. So I've trawled the internet, and this is what we're coming up with. This H6W Osram, straight off Amazon. Links in the description. £8.90 for 2 with free delivery. So it's an absolute bargain. So we've got his lamp assembly there that we just need to replace the new bulb that we've got. It's come in the post. Fantastic. Now these are halogens, so we don't want to be touching them with his fingers, so we use the gloves. Let's pop a new bulb out of here. Like I said earlier, you could get the LED upgrade, but they don't seem to line up properly. The light doesn't seem to come out quite right on the bulb fitment ones. If you're changing the complete thing, then they look okay, but it's a lot of money, and these are reliable. They don't blow a lot. And then we'll drop that. My fingers are cleaning. We'll drop that straight in the top there. Oh, there. It's got. Oh, it's just slightly offset pins on this one. Now, because the pins on the old bulb are straight, and the ones on the new one are slightly canked over, I'm struggling to get it in. So what I'm going to do is just file down one of the lugs on that. It will still go in okay. But it'll just make it, I'm just going to file it down a tad, make it a bit easier to get it in. Now this isn't going to affect the performance of the bulb. It's still got the one on the opposite side that's pegging it into its holder, and also the whole body is the earth, so that's touching all the way around. It's not going to affect it as far as performance wise, and it's only 6 watts, so it's really low power. But we'll just file that down and take the bulk off of that. I don't need to take the whole lot off of it, because then it will make it tight when it goes in. So we're just taking enough off. I'll keep trying it and see if we can see if it'll go now. There we go, look. Beautiful. And that's in good and tight. So there we have his halogen bulb back in there, nicely repaired. We'll then get the plastic trim back on there. Now you can't go wrong with this, because the you've got the little noggin there which goes into the smaller noggin on the top, and the bigger one at the bottom sits inside there. So we'll just drop that in and clip that in place. Like so. That's back in again, and then we can slide this little reflector, this little glass reflector back in there. Go, look at me, I'm faffing again, look. Come on, sort it out. Just get that over. Come on, clip it in, you can do it. It's fiddly though, it is a bit fiddly. Here we go, that's it. And then we can just clamp those back up again with the pliers. So we're just going to squeeze these little lugs back round, and then we'll just close them down just to make sure that it's all pinched in nice and tight. We like it nice and tight. Make sure they're in nice and tight. Yeah, squeeze it up nicely. And to be fair, these bend nice. They're not springing back. They really are closing up well and holding everything in place. So I've got no worries about this at all. There we go. That's his light unit all rebuilt with a new bulb in there. Let's get that back in the car. Okay, so we've got his rebuilt little light unit there. Tab pointing to the top. Move that wire out of the way. And we can slide that. It clips into that ring there. So we've got to just get that over that. Clip it in like that. There we go. So now that's all sitting back in there as it should. We'll get the screws in. Got his two little screws there. And we've got his little bit screwdriver. We'll get those in without dropping them. I'll do one at a time, I don't want to drop that. If you were unfortunate enough to drop one, you could use the like a telescopic magnet to fish around and get them back out, or you'd have to take that wheel liner out to find it, which we don't really want to do. That would make a ball ache of it. But these little magnetic screwdrivers are pretty good. It holds everything in place. Just one. And there's one at the back. These little plastic, I suppose they're guides, these little plastic guide things, they do help when you're putting the screw back in. They just hold it slightly. More on steady hand. Here we go, in you go. Now this is the 318, and I suppose on the 330, 335 you won't be able to get in this area. I think it'd be even more blocked off, so and that's why some people have said to remove this inner wheel liner to get in there. But on this model you don't need to, you can do it without. That's that one up. Super. And we'll get his wire and we'll reconnect that back up again. And we can pop the cap back on. Move that out of the way, get rid of the torch. And we'll get the air pipe back round. Get the airbox back in. So we slide the little dobber pipe down there. Just move that out of the way again, just to allow us to get that down. Drop that in. Get that back into the airbox again. And then we'll get them screws back in. While this is loose, it just gives a bit of movement if we need it. That one's tucked away right down there. That's got a screw in there. And then the other one back in this side. That's the air mass meter, airflow meter back in. One in the top. And one in the side there. Whiz them back down. That's that in tight. And then we can go for the air intake pipe. Check this pipe here. This one does sit a fracture on a few. I've seen quite a few of these crack. This one still looks okay. Right, let's try and slide this back in again without causing too many problems. So might be able to get that out of it. Put that one in there first. Get it started. And drop that in. Into there. Get that all lined up. And then we've got those little Torx bits to go back in again. One. Two and one in the middle. Three. That's all in nicely. Right, and then we've got the moment of truth. Oh. We've got the car key. Let's stick that in the hole. So far so good. Just pop it onto side light. So side lights are on. Let's go and have a look. Oh, look at that little fella. Nice. And it looks identical to that side. Doesn't look any dimmer. Happy days. So, tools used on this job. We've got the Milwaukee bit box. Yeah, this is a really fantastic set. And as you can see, it's got everything you need in there. Even got the little security bits in the bottom. Which is fantastic, really cheap. About, I think they're £17 for all of those. I'll put links in for that. Obviously screwdrivers, I'll put some links in for similar parts. Socket, 10mm socket to get the airbox out. Again, I'll put a link in for that. I'll put my tool link in the description. Go for it, fill your boots. So there we go. Cracking little job that. We've managed to replace those bulbs that shouldn't really be replaced on their own. We've saved ourselves about 40 quid. So it's a really good fix, really pleased. The BMW lives on to fight another day. If you know of a better bulb than this one that I've bought that's got the straight contacts that fits, drop me a little comment, love to hear it. Yeah, thanks for watching, like, subscribe.